Hello, hello, hello. It is Saturday night. And I feel like Groundhog Day again because it's Saturday night and we are wiring again. Yay! And Stream Elements bugging out. Stream Elements, what are you doing? Stream Elements, go home. You're drunk. Refresh. I was doing that yesterday too. Stream Elements bot running. Well then wake up. Wake up. So we are carrying on with wiring under the hood of the Micron that we started last week and the week before. Because there's lots of itty bitty little wires on this machine. And for those unfamiliar with the Micron itself, it's an itty bitty little printer. It's a V2 made for ants, essentially. And we've got to fit all of this and all of this and all of this in this little area. So we got it wired up for mains. We're going to run the wires now for powering the octopus. Put the octopus back in, and then we're going to be doing this. And the poopy thing is, this is the part that kind of sucks. I could just take this stepper motor and plug it in. I could, okay? But I don't want to. I want it to look clean, so I gotta shorten this wire from like this to like this. But I could. But we're better than that. We're better than that. So today is going to be a lot of crimping and stripping, and crimping and stripping, and snipping and crimping and stripping and crimping and squishing. And welcome to the show. Please keep me company. Please keep me sane. Has to fit into a Fitbit. Now I know when like I watch a Louis Rossmann video and he opens up a MacBook or somebody tears apart an iPhone and it's like all jammed in there, and it's like, now I know why those engineers get paid the big bucks. Follow-up from yesterday. Sorry, what do you think is tempering ABS to make it stronger? Not really needed. Yeah, it's not really needed. You shouldn't have to temper ABS to make it stronger. It's a good quality ABS printed. And once it's printed, it is like for printing, like 3D printers, is good enough. You shouldn't have to temper it. I know you have to like anneal PLA and whatnot to get like the max strength out of it, but ABS, not really. Let's get the music going. What do we want tonight? Do we want what do we want? Public playlist. Do we want some EDM, some synth wave, hip hop, hi-fi, rock, indie, chip tunes, ambient? Let's do drum and bass for like 2 seconds, and then I realize why Skrillex ain't a thing no more. Start drinking now. I don't have any liquor in this room again. It's upstairs. Is there retro wave? I don't think Stream Elements has retro wave. Yeah, there's house. Do some house. For now, until we get fed up with it. BRB, gotta feed the cats. Ooh. EDM on BPM. It's been a while. I'm part of me misses satellite radio. I had satellite radio in my car, but then I realized like it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Where did my Prusa screwdriver go? I've got my Haribos. Oh. No, I didn't put it with the Prusa. Where did my Prusa screwdriver go? Did my kid steal it again? He's on a habit right now. The little guy is on a it's cute. It's cute as hell. but he's on a habit right now where if he breaks something, he knows that I fix it in this room. So he'll come into this room to try and fix it now. And he'll like grab tools, and they'll be the wrong tool because he's 4. He doesn't know what he's doing. But it's super cute to watch him try and like fix stuff now. So he'll come into the room and try and fix stuff. It's done with the Bonsai frame and X carriage so far from my first build. Yeah, the Bonsai is actually a really simple build. Like for a, you know, a shit simple beginner printer, it ain't bad, honestly. I actually think it's a really cool machine. It's just kind of, it falls into my I don't need this at all machine. Like I built it to use up a bunch of spare stuff I had, and then I used it specifically for my intro to ABS series because I wanted a not great machine for that series to show you don't need a great machine to print ABS. You just need an okay machine that's good enough. Zero, how do you pronounce that? Xeroxes? Remember, for 16 months. Jeez. I can't believe it's been that long and that you guys have stuck around that long. Apparently I'm educational or entertaining or something. Matt Shammy 5, cheers, appreciate it. Here's 5 bones from the DFH crew for some ice for the whiskey. Cheers. I don't actually put ice in the whiskey. I drink it neat. I might put a little bit of water. I've been around for long. I don't think it doesn't feel like it's been, so my YouTube channel, you can't go off my YouTube start date. My YouTube channel was created in May of 2006. So my YouTube channel is like 15 years old. I do have videos from around that time. I've taken a lot of them off the channel because up until I started putting like 3D printing videos, it was like a personal channel. I would just upload random stuff. So because it's now a channel, I've taken a lot of that old stuff offline so you can't see it. But I did, like, when I first got involved with Voron, I did do some videos, but it was just kind of like quick little guides to help people. It wasn't like anything like meant to be like, you know, a YouTube channel type thing. So I kind of consider I think it's April. Actually, shoot, we might be coming up on the 2-year mark. I think the 2-year mark might be next week. Whenever I did my first live stream, when was that? Let me pull it up here. I consider that like the start of me taking my channel seriously as a content creator. Let me pull it up here. Date. The other way. When was part 1? Yeah, May 3rd. So this horrible stream, right here, where we started building the V2, that was May 2nd, actually, 2020. I think it counts May 3rd because that's when it ended. So that is Monday. So maybe we'll do something on the Tuesday stream. We'll see. To kind of celebrate it. But anyways, I consider that my like start date of I am like the anniversary of me actually putting effort into the channel and making it a thing. So I consider that the channel anniversary. You know, the channel's older than that. I got videos older than that, even 3D printing videos. I consider that date I'm actually taking this seriously. And that's like the real date, I think. So maybe we'll do something. Patrick, thank you for becoming a member. Will I mint my first upload as an NFT? Yo, bros, I got some NFTs for you. Want some NFTs? I got some NFTs. I got some non-fungible tokens, okay? We're going to do it a little bit different, though, okay? We're going to do the take a penny, leave a penny NFT. So, if you want an NFT of my first live stream, okay, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go to YouTubedownloader.com. You're going to download it, okay? But we're going to do the honor system. So if you want an NFT of it, download it and then just put $2 in the tip jar and you'll own the NFT. Now, I don't really know what NFT means. So all you guys just go ahead and download it. But apparently you can't share it. So make sure you download your own copies of it and then put $2 in the tip jar and it's yours. Okay. That's how we're going to do the NFTs. Okay. Okay. What's an NFT again? Non-fungible. No, we had we got rid of that. We had a problem with the grass last year with fungus, but we don't have that problem anymore. So don't got to worry about it. Or is that a Mario thing? William, thank you for coming a member. NFT, Neuro's first Trident. I'm sorry, I don't have any crypto. I don't have any NFTs. Personally, I think they are pretty much all pump and dumps. Especially NFTs. I don't think NFTs are valid at all. Yeah, the tech behind them, you can argue, might be good for certain use cases, like online contracts or whatever. But remember, you don't actually own anything. It doesn't stand up in copyright court. You know, if I buy the funny monkey picture, I don't own the funny monkey picture. I own a bunch of numbers that point to the funny monkey picture. On a blockchain that can change. And it's not even a copyright. Where are my M2? Where are you? M2s. M2 self-taps. Those aren't M2 self-taps. I gotta find a little M2 self-tap for this. Well, I know what they stand for, but I can't say it on YouTube because this is a family-friendly channel. But NFTs stand for nice friggin' and for the rest. That's what NFT stands for, right? Right? I've been crimping on the railroad. In 2005, I had 50 Bitcoins, but I lost interest. I couldn't remember. Oh, yeah. Like, at one point, I had something like 40,000 Dogecoin, I think. Because when Dogecoin first came out, I actually mined a bunch of them. Like, when they very first came out, I mined a bunch of them. And I was like, hey, I got some Dogecoin. And then they sat in a random, like, wallet for years, and then I reformatted the hard drive, and they're gone. Because if I were to give, you know, make a whole bunch of things, random things, and say, okay, don't lose this because there's a potential one of these will be worth money in 20 years. I guarantee you most people don't hang on to it. Guarantee. I guarantee. Let me find a little screwdriver. I can't find my self-tappers. That ain't good. I have to go get some new ones, I think. I'm running low. Yeah, maybe I could just use a regular M2. Jam it in. But yeah, I used to, like, what was it? The very first pizza, or the very first purchase with Bitcoin was like a pizza for like 50,000 Bitcoin. Like, you don't know. Nobody knows. Who would have thought that, you know, Dogecoin would suddenly, for 2 weeks, would be worth money, and then all of a sudden it's now not. It's all gambling. It's all gambling. Any news on Mini S Stealth Burner? That's still being worked on. Do you think resin printers will end up being the common desktop 3? Not until they stop causing cancer. Resin printers are cancer. They are, and this print finishes. I take it off the printer. Here you go. Resin finishes. I have to put on gloves. I have to take it out of the resin machine, spilling resin everywhere. I have to break it off the bed. I have to peel off all the supports that are covered in resin. I have to wash it in isopropyl alcohol. I have to take it out of the isopropyl alcohol. I have to dry it. And then I have to expose it to UV light to cure it. And then it's safe to touch. No, resin will never be a big thing. Chelsea with the 20. Ayo. Okay, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Thank you. Thank you very much. You're awesome. For those that don't know, Chelsea is of Chaos Cortec, and she's the one who actually did the Nero model for me. She did an awesome job on it, which it's on my printables account and my things account too. Okay, so we got these wires. Obviously, this isn't an infinite energy machine, so these loops are going to be cut. I didn't know how long to make them, and we're going to figure that out now. Is this a kit? Yes, this kit is from Deep Fried Hero, who provided this kit for the build. The link is in the description. So, remember last week we did this, and I did it horribly wrong. So now we're doing it again, so I don't electrocute myself and short everything out, because that would be bad. I don't want to break things. Breaking things is bad. NeroSpark.gif. Yeah, we don't want to let the magic pixies out of the wires with their mystical blue smoke. We do not want that. Yeah, we do not want that. Try to avoid that. Oh, Steve's here. Everyone say hi, Steve. And it's a bitch to deal with. I know. Putting the magic blue smoke in is a pain, believe me. You gotta like catch it all the moment it gets out. And the pixies are angry and they go on strike and it just nothing works anymore. And unfortunately, I couldn't find like my wires that I normally use for this. So I'm using like 14 gauge silicone wire, which is super thick, but it's super flexible. So I think it's okay. But definitely overkill. Tell Nero to check DMs. Okay, I will check my DMs. 1 second. Again, for those that don't know, if you're like messaging me on DMs during the live stream, I don't see it. Okay. Here we go. Boom, there you go. Fresh off the presses from DFH. If you want 10% off a Micron kit from now till the end of the stream, there is the code. It's pinned in chat. Oh, I think I got another one. Okay, who was that? And then somebody DM me a bunch of beard care stuff. Legend and Chamois. I'll take a look. I have a bunch of stuff. I have been doing stuff with the beard to keep it in line. The problem is by the time you see me, it's the end of the day and I have a 4-year-old. So like today, it's been cold and windy AF and I've been outside all day. So this was all nice and clean and neat this morning. And now I come inside and it's all bushy. And it's the end of the day and I'm not going to go fix it because it's the end of the day. Micron it's a V2. A V2 is a pricey machine. It's got 7 linear rails. It's got 7 motors. It's got an 8-stepper controller board. It is an expensive machine. It is what it is because of what's in it. Like the good thing is it is an open source machine. So if you want to source it yourself, you can. Vorons are not meant to be price chasers. They're not meant to be budget machines. They aren't designed with that in mind. So okay. Our wires are all nice and crimped. I get you have a 5, 7, 10 5-year-old thinks it's fun to braid daddy's beard. My little guy, when he's like riding on my shoulders, he'll like, because unfortunately there's not much up here to grab and it's going away. He'll like grab me like that. Okay, so we got that one. That one. That one. That one. And then we need to jumper these two. Yeah, so I'll screw these two down and then we'll make some jumpers here. Yeah, it's gonna be a little tight, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Okay. Opinion on a V01 versus a Micron. If you're just looking for a practical printer, V0. It's several $100s less. But they are fun machines still. They are still fun machines. It really depends what you're looking to get out of the printer. Are you building the printer because you enjoy building printers and that is your hobby? Or are you just looking for something that prints? Are you looking for just a small printer that prints? If you're looking for just a small printer that prints, a V0 makes more sense. So, does a 24-volt silicone heat mat hook up differently than a regular PCB? Nope, it's still got, I got one here for example. You've got 4 wires that usually come out of them. 2 of them are a thermistor and 2 of them are the actual heater. And there's no polarity, you just plug them in. Bend the connectors. Yeah, I know I got to do that. Yep, I am aware. What's Mark got a question? I'm having a hell of a time with overhangs on my 01. I'm not supposed to have cooling for... Usually I run like fully enclosed, I run like a 20% part fan with ABS. But that's because it's blowing warm air, not cold air and not hot air, it's blowing warm air. Would you recommend using solid core wire for the mains? Not really. I try to avoid solid core. It doesn't handle bends and like if you're talking like the Nomex stuff out of your wall, don't use that. Use like 16 gauge normal stranded wire. It doesn't have to be like I use PVC 16 gauge. Like I'm not using the fancy insulated stuff most of the time. made this too short. Because it doesn't really move, but you know, I prefer stranded wire versus, or multi-strand wire versus single strand. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Oh, wait, wrong one. Wrong one. Don't let the magic pixies out. We've discussed this. Oh, these are going to be tight. Oh, these are really tight in there. We should be okay. Yeah, these ones will be tight. Yeah, I'll make it work. Make it work. Make it work. What time is it here? It is 8:27 p.m. The Saturday stream has always been the late stream. So my normal schedule right now is I do 3 streams a week. Build streams on Saturday nights. Build and tweak and mod tinker streams are Tuesdays. They're usually early afternoon to mid-afternoon, so usually between 2 and 4 p.m. start time, Eastern. And then the Friday print and chill stream, usually the same time, but sometimes it's different depending on my schedule. And, you know, if I got family stuff or anything going on. Which happens. Little guy's got, like, school starting soon. So I think, I don't think this Tuesday, but I think next Tuesday the stream's going to be either delayed a bit because he's got his, like, orientation or something. That's cool, I think. Convert a V0 into an F0. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. I do have a V00 that needs some updating because it's starting to look pretty ancient. Delicious water. Okay, so the wiring for this is actually pretty much the same as a V2 wiring. So we're using the V2 manual for this because the Micron manual doesn't. So from the power supply, we got negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. You can run one wire, but what we've done is because there's 2 outs for each, positive and negative, we've done it like that. And now I somehow close that. Let's give it some power and make sure it doesn't break. So here's what I do. Whenever I do power supplies or whenever I'm doing wiring up electrical, connect your power supply to the inlet. Plug it in, turn it on. Does the power supply light turn on? If yes, wire up your controller board. Just give it power. Don't hook anything else to it. Just wire the power to the controller board like we've just done. Give it power. Did the magic blue smoke come out? No. Are the LEDs on and some of them are blinking and doing shit? Yes. Okay. You didn't screw it up. At worst, you would have just killed your board. Unplug it. Hook everything else to it. Same thing with the Raspberry Pi. Hook the Raspberry Pi up right now, because if you kill your Raspberry Pi, you are screwed because you are not getting another. You can't buy them. They don't exist. They are gold right now. So don't fry your Pi. That would be bad. Okay. Joe? Hopefully I did it correctly. Just remember to clip it if it sparks so we can at least get some content out of it. 3, 2, 1, go. Ah! we're good. Yay. Actually, I just remembered, we gotta print some stuff too. I completely forgot. I keep forgetting to print these. I gotta print the fan mount, so I've got blue loaded in that. Let me heat the bed up. STLs. Skirts. There's like a fan mount I need to print, I think. Is there like a fan mount? Pull up the Fusion file. So the stream's probably going to freeze for a second. It does that whenever I load up Fusion during the stream itself, so. If you see me stutter for a second, and it means Fusion loaded. Fried my Pi 2 gig with a damn Creality. Oh, that sucks. With a Creality too. Ask me how my Creality's doing right now. Ask me how my Ender V3 V2 is doing right now. Ask me how that's doing. Go. Plenty of room for the skirt. I don't know why you guys are like, oh, it's not gonna fit. I had plenty of room. I just had to mush it in there. How is my Ender 3 V2? Well, funny. Oh, come on. There we go. Took you long enough. You ruined the joke. I was gonna do the zoom in joke. It's in a box. Took it apart the other day to see if the power supply in it was a mean well, because apparently they're doing that right now. They're screwing people over by putting not mean wells in it when they say they come with a mean well. But it does. It has a mean well. It's an older one though. I got like what, a year and a half ago. But on top of that, I didn't feel like putting it back together, so I just completely ripped it apart. You sent me a link via Discord. For what? Oh, there we go. Which one is the fan? Oh, fan mount. How many of these do I need? Two. Okay, so download. Where is... Did I accidentally delete my profile for this machine? I did. I accidentally screwed myself over. Okay. I did. I accidentally killed my profile. Dang it. How did I do that? File, import, port config. It's on the home server, I believe. Let me go dive it into that. How do you accidentally delete a profile? Oh, I changed some settings to print some PLA and I saved over it. One is mirrored. Okay, yep. Oh, oh. Oh, okay, apparently I gotta sign into the home server. I don't know why. My desktop upstairs, I never have to do that, connecting to the server. Like my root credentials. But down here I do. And it's not. I own you. Let me in. Here we go. There we go. 2.4. There we go. Okay. Where is mirror? Move. Where's mirror? Cut. 8. Place on top. Oh wait, no, I gotta mirror along y-axis. Oh, no, x-axis. X-axis. There we go. Okay. Place down. What do you think of the carbon fiber build plates? I've used them a few times, and they work okay. I don't think they're better than PEI. I haven't gone and like tested all the different plastics on it. In my experience, they either work perfectly great, amazingly, in the part, like when you're done the print, you go, and the part comes off, or they fail. It's very hit and miss, I've found. So do I recommend using them? Maybe with PLA. ABS, I found I have a lot of warp issues. And then if you're putting stuff on it, you might as well just use PI or something at that point. So yeah, this kit you're building from DFH. Yep. This is a DFH kit. Again, printed parts are all my own. Okay, so the fan goes up front here. Where is the fan? I don't know. It's in a box somewhere. I started consolidating all the stuff from these builds into like other boxes, so I gotta find it. It's a 60 mil fan. I've got spares. I just don't know where it's at right now, this second. It'll turn up. It's probably in the other room, but we're not gonna worry about that because now we're on to our favorite thing. We gotta connect all this shit up. So motors are this side, everything else is this side. So let's do our motors first. So I got to run these two motors to this side. I've got A, B extruder, one Z motor. Probably should have not put that skirt in yet. You know what, I'm going to take that skirt out so I can flip this up. So I can actually work on stuff somewhat properly. Arise. There we go. Okay, and now we gotta get these motors. And these motors. And then we actually need to put a our Z end stop too. How's that noise? That goes there, that goes there. Okay. I was thinking about replacing the glass plate on my side door with putting PI, thinking about weight. Honestly, yeah, if you have a bed probe, putting glass on a bed flinger is good if your bed is all, you know, all over the place. But if you put glass on it so that you actually got a flat surface and you don't have a bed probe, you might want to keep the glass. Hope things get better, Samuel. Okay, so it's crimping time. So we need to make some wires here for our Z. So we'll use these two there. Let me try. I'm going to use some wire that I already have. That'll work. Maybe. Can I be lazy? No, I can't be that lazy, unfortunately. Shoot. I was hoping I could be lazy. That'll work. Yeah, we'll use that. That way it's colored and we know it's for an end stop. Okay. That works. Bring on the bot. So the bot's here. There's no bots yet. Bots only show up when you guys like the stream, and we got almost 250 people here and 127 likes. The bots are gonna look at this stream and be like, what the heck's going on? We're not gonna bother with the spam. So. We're not saying nuts. Yeah, that's true. Last stream, as soon as we started talking about nuts, the bots showed up, so. As long as we don't talk about nuts, we'll be okay, I think. Asking about the printers, that is a switch wire back there. Like the colors, it's an LDO kit. Well, actually, no, it's not an LDO kit. It's an LDO frame. It's not a kit build. I self-sourced it, other than the frame. I actually have a whole spare switch wire frame with Masumi extrusions chilling in the closet there. Which sex bolt? I think I printed the angry one, because the one wasn't out when I printed it. Otherwise, I would have done the one, of course. But was not available at the time, unfortunately. So. And for those that don't know what I'm talking about, be glad. I also have one on the floor in a box. No, I don't. I don't have a switch wire in a box. Would I buy another switch wire? I wouldn't, because I don't need it. I've got enough printers for my practical uses. More than enough for my personal uses. I don't run a print farm or print service, so I don't need to worry about that. So I wouldn't buy another. Any printer that I get going forward is strictly for content for the stream and the show. So if I build something, it's going to be being built mostly because it's content for the show. I like building printers, right? So that's kind of my thing. So this is the wire for the Z clicky switch, and it came with a PCB. So we plug this into the PCB, and then we run it up with the rest of these wires, I think. Yeah. Okay. And what I'm going to do is, because these are going to get all twisted to shit, I'm going to put some wrap or something on these, I think, just to, or zip ties or something, just to keep this kind of, keep the wire run actually managed a bit. Actually, screw it. I'm just gonna, there we go. If it's hidden, you don't need to worry about it. Where did you come from, random screw? Go. Lock that down. That ain't gonna move. Okay. So these go there. Those are those. Okay. Now we can start wiring things up. And we'll do all the motors first. Derek 10, thank you, appreciate it. Question, where can I find the list of the right printing sequence? There's print it all. You're gonna need it all anyway. There's no like set order printing things, like, you know, if you can go through the manual and print stuff in that order, but honestly, just print it all. I think if in the PIF channel, I don't know if it's in the public PIF channel, there's like plates of all the parts. Cyclist dude 20, cheers, appreciate it. Yo, how much faster quality is a switch wire versus a regular bed flinger? A little bit faster. I run a Mark III profile on my switch wire, sped up. You'll move faster on your Z, obviously. So if you run Z hop a lot, it makes sense. And you don't have to worry about lead screw wobble. You don't need to worry about racking. When you're doing, if you do a bed mesh, it makes no extra noise. You know how a lot of time on printers, when you run a bed mesh, it makes extra noise because your Z's constantly moving. This is a Core XY that's vertical. It's a Core XZ. So both motors are always running. So you don't have that like noise. So you can print on, like, technically this would be very good for non-planar printing. Because the motion is so smooth in the X and the Z. But the tool head isn't designed for that. So it doesn't have like the angles. But per Modbot, yeah, Modbot says it's the ultimate bed slinger. So, but what about the Anchormate M5 with 250 millimeters a second? What about that one? What about that, guys? Okay, so let's see here. I gotta pull up the firmware to see where I'm plugging everything in at. And I also need a BTT. Oh wait, no, the manual has the octopus. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where's the octopus? There we go. So if I got linear rails and a belted Z, it wouldn't be much. Not really, but everything would be different. They're completely different. Like if you're comparing it to like a normal, like if you just slap linear rails, a belted Z on a normal bed flinger, still really not the same. Motor 01. Okay, there we go. That's what I need right there. By the way, I hate these ones. I hate how they do the pinouts like this, the pin diagram pages. I like the simple ones. Because what I'm looking at here is our config. So B motor left is motor 0. So I need to find my B motor. One of these ones. So E, A, B. So here is our B motor. So we'll just kind of do a little bit of organizing just to make it look pretty. And then this one has to go to motor 0, which is right there. So we want to keep the wires obviously kind of short, so that they don't hang down below this level. Although there will be a cover plate over this, I believe. So right about there, and then that will go in like about there. Yeah, sure. I mean, it's not like it's an absolute pain in the butt to fix these if you do it wrong. That type of diagram is visual diarrhea. It is. I like the simpler ones. Like they did simple ones for like the SKRs and whatnot. So much nicer to look at. I just need to see names and pin numbers. That's it. And what it is. Someone should make a switch wire. Go ahead and do it. Should be able to just swap it right in. Although Tom's using a rep wrap, so you're gonna have to play with some macros. If I'm not mistaken. Ah, I hate when it doesn't want to strip. There you go. Okay, that's way too long. Go. I need to get some new strippers soon. These are starting to wear out. I've had them for a couple years now. Cyclist dude, $2. Cheers. Fan mounts? Printing right now. Is that? Yeah, that is ABS. Okay. I had to call the popo on some sandhill cranes. Dude, you're not Canadian. I've been late to work like 20 minutes because there's an intersection on my way that I traveled when I went to work, and there's like a not a wastewater pond, but like an overfilled drainage ditch pond on one side, and then it's farmers fields on the other 3. So what happens is the geese all lay and have their babies in that pond area, but then they go out to the fields to eat, because they like grow corn and shit there. So they go out to the fields to eat. And when they do that, they cross the roads, and it's literally like hundreds of geese in a big gaggle of geese, and they just walk across the road because they got all their little babies and whatnot, or they just don't like to fly because they're dicks. And like literally traffic stops for like 10-15 minutes as they all cross every day. And no, you can't like do anything about it. You just gotta sit there and deal with it. It sucks. A few of the shops, It's like an industrial park area. A few of the shops there, the geese like nest close to the employee parking lot and attack employees too. It's quite fun. Don't piss off geese. Do not. I maintain utilities in a factory. I get attacked by geese every other day. Yep. Remember years ago, I was on a base for training, and the goose decided to make a nest right in the smoking area outside the junior ranks mess. And they had to like shut down the smoking area, like the outdoor patio. A lot of people were not happy, but don't mess with the geese. Oh, Santa. Oh, they're protected. Yeah, if they're protected, yeah, you do not want to accidentally, you know, get David Attenborough on your ass. Do I have a list of tools? I did a video on my tools years ago. It's like one of the first videos on the channel when I started actually doing 3D printing stuff. But the short notes, the crypt notes is crimpers. I use a PA09, Engineer PA09. There's other models out there. Some people like more than the others. I like the PA09. For stripping wires, I just use like just a cheap wire stripper. I bought at like Home Depot. For the big stuff like ferrule crimps, I use whatever the heck this type of crimper is called. I think everyone has this kind of crimper. Get a knife. You want a good folding knife type knife. These snips, you'll get a million of them if you start doing 3D printing stuff. Get a ferrule kit from like eBay or AliExpress or Amazon. Yeah, I don't know. Very little stuff I have is expensive. Like the PA09 is like the most expensive tool I use regularly. Okay, so whenever you shorten your wires, okay, keep at least one of these around. Like the part you cut off, keep it around so that way you can always make sure you're wiring it up the same way. So we got blue, red, green, black. So last thing you want to do is wire up your motors backwards. So what is it? Blue, red, green, black. Usually, if I'm not mistaken with stepper motors, if you wire them up backwards, they just don't work. You don't actually, I don't think you can fry anything wiring up your stepper motors backwards. They just don't work. Now, obviously, you want them to work. But if you wire them up backwards, I don't think you actually damage anything. Don't quote me on that. So just make sure you do them right all the time. Okay, so this is the B motor. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to label these to what port they go in. So this way, if I unplug them, I know. So this is 0. Okay. 1 done. So that's my X motor, is my B motors. And I'm assuming Y is A, and that's connected to motor 2. What? So B stepper left, motor 0. A stepper right, motor 1. Oh, okay, yeah, A stepper. Which is this one. And then also, if you trim these and there's like a decent length on it, don't throw it away. Just put this aside because you might need it later to like extend something. Who knows? So Might have been on the same exercise. Well, I don't think it was an exercise. It was there for like DP2. It was up in LFCA TC Meaford. And usually if geese nest in one spot one year, they'll nest every year. So if they did it once, they'll just keep doing it. Okay, so the next one. Because geese do that. Is that the right one? Hey, yeah. All done? All done. Is the bomb for the enraged rabbit here? It's on its GitHub page, I believe. I killed a driver with wrong wiring? Okay, so maybe you can kill stuff. Every time I've wired up a motor wrong, it just doesn't work. So, I was in pet. Okay, yeah. Oh. I think we got a guest. We do. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Little man go down okay? That's good. Oh, yeah, it was a long day. Yeah. Actually, can you turn that light on? On the back, there's a switch. Other way. Yeah. Maybe it's off. Okay, never mind. Right, you done? Okay, you're done. Oh yeah, I got a box full of prints that I just don't have anywhere to put them yet. So. There we go. James Miller, 10, doggo. Cheers. Yeah, wiring the chain. Okay, so maybe I've always wired it wrong in a way that actually doesn't damage anything. So just make sure you wire your stuff up correctly. That's usually a good rule of thumb. If you can do it wrong, don't do it wrong. Do it right, right? It's simple as that. Just never mess up ever. Where is Duff? Duff is slacking. That's where he is. Yeah, now we gotta wait on the bots. We've had the doggo visit. We haven't made sparks yet. And now we just wait on the sex bots. So, where do you find the Klipper settings for the Bonsai? I think they have them posted on their site. I think. If I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to keep going to this overhead cam. Because literally, like, okay, you ready? I put the wire in. Okay, line it up. I crimp the part on the exposed wire. And I pinch it. And that. Okay. So now you take that clip and you repeat it 7 times 4 plus like another 26 times. So I'm just gonna leave it on the main view because yeah. Which Raspberry Pi would be the most suitable for Klipper and time lapse on a Voron? Any of them other than like a Pi Zero? Depends on the camera. If you plan on running like a USB camera, obviously get one with, you know, USB. So don't use like a Pi Zero. But like even the Pi Zero 2 can do time lapses just fine with like Octoprint. Okay, I'm gonna change the music up. What do we got? House. So I could put ambient on, but which one's this? Indie pop. No. Hi-fi. Everyone likes hi-fi. Oh, it's a Pi cam. Well, then any of them really. Pi 02, Pi 3. Pi 3s are fine. You don't need a Pi 4. Okay? Unless you plan on running like all the add-ons and a bunch of other intensive stuff. I pretty much, most of these run Pi 3s. I think the only printer I have that actually has a Pi 4 in it right now is, I think the LDO no. The Trident. I think the Trident has a Pi 4. Everything else has either Pi 3s or Pi 0s. And the Micron and this have a Pi 02. Toasty has a 3A, I think. Yeah, Klipper is not intensive in terms of like resources. So you pretty much, you know, if you plan on doing like cool time lapses, I'm assuming you're running Octoprint. So you're gonna want, you know, whatever can run Octoprint pretty much. You're good. Ordered 5 Picos today. I'm pretty sure Klipper can't run a Pico. No, you can't run a Pico. No, you need something more than a Pi Pico. Pi Pico, a Pi Pico, think of it like an Arduino Nano, okay? It's an RP2040 chip. So it's only like 300 megahertz single core or something like that. It is not running that, okay? But you could use it as like a secondary MCU. You know, if you wanted to use it for your input shaper tool, like I have a video on how to use a Pi Pico as a secondary MCU to make a input shaping tool for Klipper. You can do that, or you can use it like Big Tree Tech did, where they have the SKR Pico, which has an RP2040 as its MCU. You can do that. Oh, Dave, Jason's here. Hey, Jason. No more Pi 3 in the marketing. If you add a Pi to your kit, it will be a Pi 4 in the future. There you go. If you can get a Pi 4. I know I want to get my hands on some Pi 02s for a few projects, and I just can't. It's like, I don't know where nothing has them in stock in my country, so. Kind of poopy. There we go. It is what it is. Z stepper. So this is Z0, which is front left. 0, 1, 2, 3. So I'm looking at, this is the front of the printer I'm looking at from the front. Front left is this one. Right? Right. What is it? They got Klipper macros for time lapse. Okay, that's good. So yeah, even that, if you're running mainsail or fluid, even less resources are needed. Do you ever worry about the SSR getting so hot it can start a fire? I don't think I've ever had an SSR get warm in any of my printers. Now I'm running like Deltas or not Delta, Omron SSRs and Cridum SSRs. And I've never even got them to the point where they were warm to the touch. So yeah, I'm not worried about starting a fire. They're not being taxed fully, and they're not always on. The beds cycle. They power on, they power off, they power on, they power off. So it's not like the SSR is on full tilt all day, every day when it's printing. It's on semi-continuously. It's on and it's off, it's on and it's off. And it's not being run to the max, right? Especially even more so in 220 volt countries, so. I don't understand the big TT Pico unless you useless without a Pi. But yeah, it's meant for Klipper, that's why. It's meant for Klipper. I use it in the let me pull it up here. I use it in my V Minion, and it's actually a very good setup there. 1 second here. Let me pull up a picture of it, profile. Yeah, like here it is in the V Minion with a Pi Pico 2 on it. That is a very compact package. And funnily enough, that's probably going to be the standard on this thing going forward. They're probably going to change this to a stack of Picos. Just 2 Picos on top of each other. Done. And a Raspberry Pi. Done. Because it takes up less space, because you can stack them on top of each other. So you don't have this. If I can turn on the right camera, you don't have this. You just literally have like that, because it's just 2 Picos on top of each other. And then you just blow a fan through it. To each their own. Like the Gemini, you have the extra cost of having, like, it has an ARM CPU and it's not running. It has an ARM CPU. It doesn't have a Raspberry Pi. A lot of people say it has a built-in Raspberry. It does not. It does not have a Raspberry Pi MCU. You have to like compile a different type of Linux for it and whatnot. It's not fully compatible with everything, to my understanding. What was I doing? Oh, stepper motors. Dirt. Okay. So I need this stepper motor wire. Not that one. This one. Yeah, this one. Okay. So this one. Oh man, I gotta shorten it that much. Somebody just bought something from the store. I don't see it in my stream log when people buy something from the store, so I can't see your name because it's like a small icon on my preview screen. So unfortunately, I can't give you a shout out if you buy something from the store. But thank you. I've got a few more designs for the store for merch. People seem to like it. I've heard people who have bought hats and shirts off the store are pretty happy with it. I've heard a few minor complaints about things that I understand, and I've tweaked some of the stuff to hopefully not have issues. Again, it's a print store. It's used as a stream element store. It's not like I can go down to the store and tell them to fix it. It's a print store. Whoa. Goodbye, spider. But yeah. But if you do want to get some fancy Only Benchies merch, like this fine hat here, make sure you check out the Only Benchies store. Link is in the description. Also, if you type !merch, there's also stuff like Crimping Ain't Easy shirts and whatnot. Jason, 1999. Happy weekend, friends. Enjoy the stream. Cheers. I will. You enjoy your weekend too, Jason. I will see you in like 2 weeks, I think. 2 weeks. Not this week, the week after, I think. I will see you in Detroit. I still got to figure out how I'm going to record all that. I was talking to a few other creators and they're like, oh yeah, you know, I bring my tripod and my camera, and I'm like, I'm I really don't want to do that. I really don't want to be lugging around cameras and mics and all that stuff. I'm trying to figure out how simple of a setup I can make. And I think legit what I'm going to do for Rapid TCT and Murph, especially Murph, because I want to record a lot of Murph. I want to do like vlogs of Murph. I think what I'm going to do is basically make a streaming backpack. I'm not going to stream. I might be able to, actually. That'd be cool at Murph, do a live show on the floor. But basically just get a GoPro and just mount it on my shoulder, because GoPros have really good image stabilization. And just, I am the tripod. So if I'm interviewing somebody, I could just stand there. And it's a GoPro, so it's wide angle. It gets everyone. Well, there's a few different designs of streaming backpacks. So basically a streaming backpack is, I'm not going to stream, so I don't need to get like any of the stuff to stream with. I just need a backpack and I just put a GoPro on my shoulder, basically, and just record. And put like an Anchor battery in it or something, so I never have to worry about juice, and just send it. Just record all day. I don't like 360. I don't like 360s. Okay. I've tried to watch 360 video. I can't stand it. It's so I'm not gonna make 360 videos if even I can't stand it. Plus, they never do good, I think. We just... Oh, you work... John, you work for GoPro. Okay. Yeah, like, I was watching... The problem is, it's like, I'm one of those people, it's like, oh, I don't need a crazy... Oh, but the GoPro 10 is out. Yeah, you don't need that, but it's got the new processor in it. You don't need that, but... It's got the new processor in it. It's also like $579 Canadian. But yeah, so I'm tempted just to do that for those shows. Because that way I think like I can do like interviews with people. And they won't be long interviews if I do interviews. Because I don't know what like the whole procedure is for that, like interviews. Like I don't even know if you can walk around Rapid TCT Detroit with a backpack and a camera on it. I don't know if you can do that there. So. You can send me a Nero 10. Oh, they make a model just for me? Oh, that's awesome. If you know, if you work for GoPro and you could send me a Hero 10, I'm not gonna say no to that. I won't say no to that. Okay, so yeah, see, this is why you don't trust stuff. Okay, so folks, just to keep in mind, this is why you do not trust stuff. These are stepper motors. These are from two different brands. Okay, well, these extensions I soldered on, but you can see the wires are different. The colors are different from the different brands. You gotta be careful, which means I don't know if I screwed this up. So blue, red, green, black. Blue, red, green, black. So are these the right ones? Blue, red. Oh, I wired these up backwards, I think. I did. Oh, I goofed. So these ones are... let me see here. Yeah, these ones are blue, red, green, black. Blue, red, green, black. But they are different than these stepper motors which are black, green, blue, red. So I got to make these match this stepper motor, not this stepper motor. Okay, so I got to fix those two ones. Because I goofed there. I goofed there. Because I needed to extend some of the stepper motor wires. So what I did was I got leftover wire that I had, and I just, you know, connected them, okay? But when I did that, I connected them in the order of the wires as it is on the JST connection, which is actually a different order because I grabbed just random spare wire I had, which is actually a different color orientation than the actual motors are. So we would have not had motors working. Yeah, so that's on me. So I got to fix that now. Would I put a beard on I could put a GoPro mount on the beard. Okay, so I gotta fix these wires. So let me get this one done first. So this will be an easy fix anyways. You just pop them out, pop them back in. So red, blue, green, black. That's okay. That was on me. Let's hold that one up. It happens. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. Keep stabbing myself. There we go. And just make sure you keep an eye out for it. And if you do make a mistake, fix it before it actually makes a problem. Because it's not a problem until you feed it power and everything shorts and then nothing works anymore. Then it's a problem. But until it's then, it's just a mistake, and you can easily fix a mistake, usually. I hate when this happens. I got the little tab that holds it on isn't up. So you gotta like kinda. These ones it doesn't really want to go up too well. I hate JSTs. I really do hate JST connectors. I don't think I've ever had this issue with a microfit. Or a KK connector, Molex KK. Yeah, put a different one on. I might have accidentally crimped it closed. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's probably what did it. Okay, easy fix. Okay, and this one is number 2. we go. So see how these wires are. Yeah, so black, green, red, blue. Black, green, red, blue. Black, green, red, blue. Wait, what? Black, green, red, blue. Oh. Was I looking at them all backwards and I just don't know how to read English? What the heck is going on here? Black, green, red, blue. Oh, okay. I really goofed that. Yeah, black, green, blue, red, black, green, red, blue, black, green, red. Am I colorblind? I'm colorblind. I'm just gonna throw out the bad ones right now. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. So black and green are fine. So I gotta swap the red and the blue. I gotta swap the red and the blue. So it's black, green, blue, red, and I got black, green, red, blue. Red, blue, green, black, red, blue, blah, 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 blah. Red, green show, guys. It's the red, green show. Keep your stick on the ice. Black, green, blue, red. Okay. There we go. Black, green, red, blue. Black, green, blue, red. 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 Blah, bling, blue, red. Blah, bling, blue, red. Black, green, blue, red. Black, green, blue, red. Black, green, blue, red. Black, green, blue, red. A little bit of a pain because I've taped them up. I don't have like a lot of slack to work with, but make it work. Get in your hole. There we go. Black, green, blue, red. Black, green, blue, red. Black, green, blue, red. There we go. As long as they're paired, can fix and config. No, it was two of the wires were backwards. It's not like they were like completely backwards. It was like two of the wires were fine. The other two were backwards. So would have been bad. But cheers for the two. Okay. No, I wasn't watching the chat and I'm fixing them because if they're not all the same, it's going to bug me in the future. And then I'll go, why aren't they the same? And I'm going to fix it. And then DFH is just spamming out random colors. Okay, so that was separ Z, which is motor 2. And now we need separ Z1, which is motor 3, which is rear left. So that is this one. And then also, it needs to go to motor 3, which is, we skip one now. So it goes to motor 3. So we skip one, and we go to motor 3. Okie dokie. So we skip this guy and it goes right there. Okay. Happy fun time adventures. Is it okay to use a magnetic sheet on a switch wire bed? Yep. I use magnetic sheet on the switch. It's the Mark 52 bed. It's a Prusa bed. Okay. Go. Oh, just checking DMs or the Twitters. Spider or octopus for Klipper. Whatever one you think is shinier. Functionally, they're both pretty much the same now. The original spiders had some QC issues that I'm pretty sure they've taken care of by now. I see the octopus more. I see the octopus used more. More kits come with octopuses versus the 5X spider. I'm running both. I have multiple spiders and multiple octopuses in use right now, and a Benchy doesn't care which one you use. They're all functionally the same. Get whatever one is within the price range you want and has the hookups you want. Controller boards nowadays, they don't matter like they used to. Okay, it's like a computer motherboard, right? It doesn't really affect anything much anymore. It's like you might get like a % difference with a computer motherboard in the top end, like if that. I remember like watching a Linus Tech Tip video on that. So get the board that is in the price range you want of a company that you think makes good enough quality and has the hookups you want, and go from there. That's kind of my thing. It's not like the old days when like, oh, this board has enough RAM that you can actually have, you know, all of Marlin in it. You don't have to like, you can't have Bed Pro because it doesn't have enough storage, and you can, like, there's different nowadays. It's a 32-bit board. It don't matter. They're all pretty much the same. Just make sure it runs Klipper, because apparently there's some MCUs that they're starting to use that don't because of the chip shortage. So, and it doesn't use JST8XH. Yeah. Personally, I'm a fan of Molex KK, which is what Duet uses. Or at least the Duet 2 did. I think the Duet 3 does. The bed I ordered didn't come with neodymium magnets, but an adhesive mag sheet. Oh. Well, yeah, you should be fine with a flex plate still. That's... I don't know what bed you ordered. I've been up on my feet for like all day yesterday, and then a good chunk of today. It's been a long couple days. And by the way, if we don't get the wiring done, I am not going to be doing another stream of wiring. I'll finish it off stream. Or maybe I'll just do a random members only stream, and we'll finish the wiring. This will be the last wiring stream for this printer. I've tortured you guys enough, and then on Tuesday we're wiring up the Prusa. Ugh. All the wires. I don't mind wiring, but I will say, buy wiring looms. Buy pre-made wiring looms. Look at this. This is day 3 of wiring. Now, granted, it's, you know, I do a 3-hour stream, and I'm not, you know, working, you know, head down, working the whole 3 hours. I'm, you know, I'm talking to you guys. I'm going on tangents and whatnot. So, but still, that's, you know, 9 hours of lax work. Or, You know, on a V2, you spend 90 bucks to get a wiring loom, you throw it in, you're done in an hour, if that. Get wiring looms, guys. It's worth it. Rewire the ender next week. It's a box of parts. I think I'm going to turn it into one of those plastic bottle filament makers, I think. There's a few designs. Somebody linked me a design and it looks kind of interesting. And it uses like what's left of an ender to make PET bottles. Remember, I joke, a lot of people joke that PETG is plastic bottles. It's not even plastic bottles because they just use PET. You add glycol to PET to make it PETG, which makes it more friendly for 3D printing. So it's not even plastic bottles. Oh yeah, the fan vent's been done for a bit. Okay, so black, green, blue, red. Black, green, blue, red. Go. That goes in that there. Okay, and this is motor 3. This isn't torture. I'm watching your videos because I'm learning a lot. Yeah, that's true. Like somehow we have 250 people here right now. I don't know how. If you're actually here and not a robot, put 1 in chat right now. Let's get that engagement up. Unless you're like entranced with my ability to clip, strip, and crimp wires. Okay, somehow I have to approve that message, DFH. 1 beep boop. I am a robot. Beep boop. Okay, so motor 3 is Z1. So motor 4 is rear right, which is that one. And that's got to go right here. Now, in case you haven't noticed, because people have asked me this, and I kind of like to touch on it because it's a common enough question, but you notice how I don't like bundle the wires. I just kind of, they're all sitting on top of each other. I remember like when I first got into 3D printing, watching videos, Tom's video when he was building his Prusa clone thing out of wood. EMF, everyone's like worried about like EMF with wires, like, oh, you need to have like, you need to twist them together in pairs or you get EMF and whatnot. And then I've never noticed any issue ever, and I just shove my wires in a drag chain. They're all just mashed together. Power wires and fan wires and motor wires and heater wires, and you just jam them all in there, and it's, I've never noticed an issue with EMF. So, I don't think 3D printers are at that level where it's an issue. Just listening to you while building my ERKFA kit. Nice. Although today I will say it is going to be a 3-hour stream. I am pretty bagged today. I'm pretty tired. It's been a long day. So I really want to get this thing printing soon. Not really relevant since it's not a signal that goes through the wires. That's true. Just pulses. Like, don't get me wrong, it was nice back in the day when we would just throw Cat 5 cable. It was all nice and color coded and bundled up, and it was oh yeah, that's great. Until you shove it in a drag chain and it don't work no more. Use a Pico inside of a printer to run Klipper. Pi Pico, no. SKR Pico, yes. SKR Pico is a SKR board that has an RP2040 as its MCU. So a Raspberry Pi Pico cannot run Klipper. Dang it. I hate crimping when they're short like this. Sandy saying yet. Well, they can't even get Marlin running on it, so it's not going to be running Klipper by itself. You can use it as a secondary MCU within Klipper, but it's not like you're going to run Klipper on it like you do on a Raspberry Pi. Need more power. Matters for a PT100? Yeah, in that case, yeah, it does. I don't think I use a PT100 on any of my printers right now. Good old generic Beta 3950 thermistors, oh, for everything. Have to change that when I get a Revo with one. Did I botch that one? I botched that one. I don't think I can save that. Yep, no. Dang it. Will a Pi Zero W run Klipper? Yeah, you can run a Pi Zero W. You just have to run one of the lightweight Klipper interfaces like mainsail or fluid, and you can't use a webcam. It taxes it too much. But a regular Pi Zero will run Klipper with mainsail or fluid pretty well, actually. And you can't run input shaper. Doesn't have the power for it. Pi Zero 2 does. Pi Zero 2 is fine. I really like the Pi Zero 2. I just wish you can buy them. Why is this not working? I cannot get anything to stay on this wire. And now I got a stupid connector lost in there. Gotcha, finally. Jeez. I think I wasted like 5 of these on it. Why bother then? Klipper's fine without input shaper. Klipper, input shaper hasn't been around like since Klipper started. You guys know that. Like input shaper is great, don't get me wrong. But input shaper is a relatively new thing to Klipper. Like, I want to say 2 years, and Klipper's been around for like 4 or 5. And here's the thing, you actually can run input, you can use input shaper on a Pi Zero. You just can't actually run Input Shaper because Input Shaper requires a lot of math, and the Pi Zero can't handle it. It needs like a bunch of dependencies that can't run on a Pi Zero. It doesn't have enough power. So, okay, so black, blue, black, green, blue, red. Black, green, blue, red. Black, green, blue, red. Oh, I gotta put a sticker on it. Okay, and then stepper 5 is front right. There's that one, which is that one. NH3D 2 Canadian. Cheers. Thanks for the awesome content. Trying to find it right now. This is day 3 of wiring. I feel so bad for you guys. Like I joke about the wiring, but I legit know they aren't the most exciting things, and I try to get through them, but you can't rush it really. But hey, it's provided me 3 weeks of content for Saturday nights. Hopefully the side banter is enough to keep y'all from falling asleep. Said I'll do a Marlin compilation. Marlin, yeah. About that. Although I think I legit am gonna leave Marlin on the Prusa, at least for a bit. I am gonna leave Marlin on it for a bit because I want to get the whole Prusa experience out of it. So it's like with the KPS3, because I'm reviewing the KPS3, that little gantry machine there. So I'm going at the review as if it's like my first printer. So I'm doing stuff like printing Raspberry Pi cases and little knickknacks around the house for it, and like benchies, and like I'm reviewing it as a first printer, because that's pretty much what it is. So I'm not going to be using it to compare it to like my Vorons or anything like that. It makes no sense. How easy it is to work on, how easy it is to fix. Because there are some deficiencies with it. A lot of idlers are not going in the right directions. I want to reprint my Prusa Mini in ABS, so I need to stream about it. I don't have a Prusa Mini. I want to build a Prusa Mini, but I don't have one. And David from Pretty Solid was super kind enough to send over the Mark III, but I guess they don't do Prusa Mini kits, so that wasn't a possibility. They only sell completed ones to their program. So, Joseph, if you're in chat for whatever reason, I'm down. Although I don't think he's in chat. There we go. There's a Prusa Mini clone. 250 at DFH sells Prusa Mini clones? Like it's an open source printer, so like if it's an open source printer and you put the whole design out there and people sell clones of it, you can't really complain about it. That's kind of my stance. Don't try and pass it off as the real thing, but if it's an open source design, it's an open source design. So I don't really have a stance against not legit Prusas, but part of me would be like, you know, if I wanted to get a Prusa Mini to totally mod the hell out of, yes, a clone I'd be fine with. But if I want to get like the Prusa original experience, it's got to be an original Prusa. You're not helping. What do I want me to do? Did I not count? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, there's 7 motors in here, not 8. I'm like, I'm missing a motor. By the way, DFH, you need to like update your store, because like if I'm on here, hey, I want to buy a printer. Where are the printers at? Oh, they do have mini clones. Okay, yeah, they do. Screen size 2.8. Maybe we do one. Maybe we do one. Yeah, if you guys are down, I can make it work. DFH can make it work. We'll see. You missed Doggo? Yeah, Doggo was already here. Doggo was here a while ago. Hey, if it makes you feel any better, DFH, I still need to make my own website, so. Okay, so extruder is motor 6, which is motor 7. That's extruder, yeah. So yeah. What is the magic sticker notebook for wire labels here? It is this. It's a Brady Portapak wire marker, and it's numbers. I think you can get ones that have letters and whatnot. I got this from work years ago, but that is it right there. If you want to pause, it is, I don't know, PWM Pack 1. What was my day job? I worked in a tool shop building plastic injection molds. So I was a mold maker for 7 years. They're super handy. So what you do is you get one of these, and then you just get yourself a notepad and you just write down, okay, 0 is Z probe wires, 1 is thermistor wires, 2 is part fan. So yeah, you can get fancy, get label makers and like make out an actual label and stick it, but just make a cheat sheet. James 5, thank you, appreciate it. Baby belly, it all put together and it was sent on SKR Mini 3, so looking to install Klipper on it. Hee hee. Cool. Actually, one second, I gotta run for a second here. I think my wife is messaging me about something. Yeah, I'll be back in 1 second. I gotta go take care of something for a couple minutes here. So in the meantime, the dancing baby is in charge. Okay, so the dancing baby is in charge until I get back. Okay, so no, not enter giveaway. Hold on a second here. ERB 5 minutes. Okay. So the baby is in charge until I get back. Start Tactic 10. Cheers, appreciate it. Have you ever tried RepRap firmware? I ran RepRap firmware on V226 for years. Yeah, also do send some Italian dad cookies from his site. Oh, okay. So I will be back. Let me mute my audio. I'll turn the music up a bit. music back on. Music back down. Apparently 30 of you guys left. Disappointed. So, did you guys behave? Do I have to ask the baby if any of you guys misbehaved? Yeah, something broke, I had to go fix it. There we go. Turns out you just push the button when the thing don't work with the plug. There we go. Sanity misbehaved. The baby looks like me. How? It's got no facial hair. Not even a real man. Can you take another break for a bit? We were enjoying the dancing baby. Here. There. There you go. Now you can enjoy the baby the rest of the stream. See how long I leave it up there before I completely forget that it's up there. Wait for Doggo to show up. No. If anything, it would be Calvin, but he was up there. That's where Mama is. So if Mama's upstairs, then Doggo's upstairs. Which one of my printers gets used the most? Right now, V226. That is my like go-to workhorse machine. After that, it's probably a mix of Toasty, the LDO V2, and then whatever printer I'm testing at the moment. So like right now, the KPS3 is getting a lot of use. The Minion was getting a lot of use for a bit there, but now stuff that I was printing on that, I'm printing on the KPS3 because I'm checking it, or KP3S. Kind of rotate. Some machines that don't get used for a while, like I haven't used Tallboy in a bit because I've got like those two now, and like I don't print tall stuff that often. HP LaserJet. I use my brother a lot. I got a brother LaserJet? No. LaserJet's the one that just have toner, right? I actually don't use that. I don't print stuff that often. Let's be honest. I don't think many people do. It's all emails. Electronic mail. You have a brother? Yeah, it's a brother. I got it on sale on Amazon. I would use the V2 more if I could, but I keep messing with it. That's why you got to build two. You have a tinker printer, a printer you tinker with, and a printer you print with. Okay, black, green, blue, red. Right? Black, green, blue, red. Black, green, blue. Ah, nope, put in the wrong hole. Hate it when that happens. right next to each other too. It's okay. There we go. And there we go. So that is all of our motors wired up now. So now we have all this stuff. And this is going to be fun because we got that in the way. Heater, heater, heater. Heater, heater, pumpkin eater. So I'm assuming on this big Chungus guy, because this has the big, this is the bed, and then heater 1 we'll use for that. So that's got the big MOSFET. So let's move you out. You guys organized. Keep that up. We're probably gonna have to flip this up to get in there with the hopefully the ferrules. That's gonna be tight with ferrules. They got the motor right there. That's a big motor. That's gonna be real tight. I might not have to be, or I might not be able to use ferrules for the heaters. We'll see. Let me grab my ferrules. Remember when cutting those to allow slack for the raised board without unplug half of your crap. This is true. So basically, want that and oh, that's a lot of slack. Okay. The thing is, you really aren't going to be raising the board once all this is in. Like it's there for assembly. But once it's built, you really shouldn't be raising the board too much. Right? So do I make it all nice and tight and neat now? Because I'm not going to be raising the board anymore. Because it's pretty much only there for assembly purposes, and we're past that point now. Or do I leave a ton of extra wire and have to, you know, I got wire everywhere now. Because remember, well, this big open area here is cool. I got to put a fan in here still. So I'm trying to figure that out right now. Which way do we go? Which way do we go? In through the back hole. Yeah. And if you put it through the back hole, then, you know, like these can be nice and tight. When you come up, yeah, it's still going to be tight though. Still going to be tight either way. Yeah, it's still gonna be tight either way. Oh, actually, let me get this out of here right now. I gotta, Meet halfway. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just do that. Yeah. YOLO. YOLO. Idea: terminate everything into a 230 pin Molex. Leave the board loose. Use that 20 pin as a hot swap. About 100 millimeters. You could do that. You could. So basically saying have like a board that everything connects to. Or what would be smart is have CAN bus for everything. Like just have a CAN bus board for the tool head. That would be smart. I've seen a picture of one of these done up with CAN bus, and it's so much cleaner. Like it's not even funny how much cleaner it looks. Fiber data connections for everything. Hey, if it works. Okay. So I can go there. Now power for the motors, which I think are these ones. Yeah. So these are the heaters. So this is the hot end. And that's got to go into there. Motors look unnecessarily huge. Well, they're NEMA 14s, so they're still pretty small. Do I have an Amazon? I do not have an Amazon affiliate link. I need to set one of those up one day. I do not have one. I probably should by now. Yeah, these are NEMA 14s. It's all NEMA 14s in this printer. CAN bus would be very useful in this case. Yes, this is one of those printers where CAN bus would be super awesome to have. Okay, so now I gotta figure out how. Yeah, see, this is gonna be. It's all tight. Yeah, it's holding. What is 0? What, or 0, 1? What is 0, 1? 0, 1 is my X end stop, which I gotta put into one of these. Which is not, if this is not long enough for an end stop, it's gotta go like, ah, shoot. That was the one I didn't want to extend. My Micron has CAN bus and I'll never go back. I know. The thing is, I don't have CAN bus boards and I wanted to build this like simple. Like just, you know, nothing funky or fancy. Where's Discord? There it is. Yeah. So how I'm going to wire this up, I'm going to deviate a little bit, I think. That's stop 4. Which on here, X and stop pin, PG6, and on here, yeah, it's over there. So we're going to use the PG12. I'm going to do, to keep it simple, we're going to do, because these are the end stop pins right here, X, Y, Z, Z. Simple as that. And I'm pretty sure you wire up the 2 on the left. Yeah, because I hate this pinout. So yeah, so you got PG12 and stop 4, so PG12 and ground. So you don't feed it 3.3 volts. So it's just the bottom 2 pins there. Okay. Let's do this one first, because this one's going to be an absolute... I got a little bit more slack, actually, out of there. I got more slack than I need. I'm good. I'm good. That'll fit. That is tight, but it's technically okay. But so I'm not crunching myself. Let me so all the other ones are fine. The other ones I got slack. It's this one that I don't, because it's... Can I get it out of there? No. Yeah, so that don't work. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's all fine. Okay, there we go. Hey, look, I got room now. Original. Close that. Close that. Let me pull chat back up. There you go. Hello from Italy. Cheers. When will the mini stealth burner? Whenever it's done. I don't have control over that. I am not the one who knows when it'll be released is Namgria, and he'll release it when he releases it. It's still being worked on. Probably be part of the, you know, oh, I can't say that. I almost said too much. A CAN tool head. Yeah. So for those that don't know what a CAN tool head, it's basically a separate MCU controlling everything on that board. So that means you only need to feed it like 4 wires. You need like basically 2 data pins and then power. And so power and ground, I think it's 4 pins or 5 pins. Wires, I think. Yeah, 4 wires. So what that means is you have a CAN board on the tool head that has your X end stop, your Y end stop, your fan controls, your heater control, your extruder control. It has a stepper driver on it. And that way, for your whole tool head, instead of running all the wires, you run 4. Technically, like you think about it like, you know how you can use multiple MCUs with Klipper? You could technically do it with USB, but CAN bus is a more reliable connection. So you technically could use like a USB, you could put a ramps on your tool head and power everything with that and connect it via USB to your Raspberry Pi, but USB isn't like the most reliable interface to use in that type of connection. CAN bus is more reliable. That's why I use CAN bus. So, problem is you need like proprietary boards and whatnot. And that's something I still need to play with, but like, I think I'm saving that for like a future build. Need 3-pin connectors. There we go. Okay. Actually, let me fix these. That and we need that. So take these out, and I'm going to shorten these so they actually go in a little bit further. Because there we go. There we go. That's a little bit less. There we go. Okay. Oh, you guys go under there. Come up here. There we go. Okay. This goes into there. There we go. Okay. There we go. KB3D 20. Cheers. Appreciate it. You could probably remove the plastic from the ferrule. I can. It's tight, but it's fine, I think. There's no movement, so we should be okay. So 4 is Y-end. Stop. Where is Y-ends? 2, 4. That 4? That's 4. Wow. So this is how long the wire was for my X and stuff. Here's my Y. You got a little bit of extra slack there on that one. Just a little bit. Okay. Have I ever tried proto pasta? No, I don't think I have. I have not. No, I don't think I have. I don't know if it's easy to get in Canada. Can't wait for the Prusa XL to start shipping. I'm seriously expecting, like, most people won't get them until next year. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna sell. They're gonna be available this year. I'm like, I kind of highly doubt that. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Nothing there. I would like to be wrong, but yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I got one on pre-order. Not looking forward to paying the rest of it. Big Papa Joey P drives a hard bargain sometimes. Nothing is easier to get in Canada apart from snow and polar bear. You do know, like, 90-something% of Canadians live within like 300 kilometers of the US border. If I want to see a polar bear, I have to drive like non-stop 2 days north to get where they live. I've been to the Arctic and I've never seen a polar bear. There we go. Okay. So 4. Label this. I saw one in the... Okay, actually, I seen one in the zoo in Toronto. Yeah, you're right. I've seen one in the zoo. But you can go to zoos in the US and see a polar bear. Okay, so there's that one. So we're doing X, Y, Z, which is going to be our, this one right here. I'm using the fancy wires for it. So this will be our clicky switch Z. So like our Z probe, our micro switch for Z offset. And then the one right above it, I'll use for our clicky switch. Clicky switch. So, do Klipper work on Arduino based boards? You can use them as like Yeah, here's the thing. Klipper, remember, you need 2 parts for Klipper. You need something with the brains and you need something to control everything. So the brains is a Raspberry Pi or another machine running Linux. And then after that, you have MCUs that basically everything hooks up to that carries out the commands. So yes, you can use Arduino. You can use a ramps with a Arduino Mega to run a machine Klipper. And the fun thing with Klipper is because a lot of the work is done by the Raspberry Pi, the MCU speed doesn't mean that much. So you can, you could run a board running a machine running a ramps controller with Klipper as fast, if not faster than like a Duet 2 running rep firmware. That's one of the things we found back in the day when we were switching over to Klipper for Voron. Go. The heck? Okay, that's kind of broken. 1 second here. Okay. Bad crimp jammed it. On shelf stock Raspberry Pi 4 in your city? Go now. Go now. Leave the stream running. Don't turn the stream off, but go now and go get them. Got a bunch of Blue Rolls Voron kits on the way. Does it come with any mods? Is there any suggested mods? Build it stock. I always say build it stock first because some mods are meant to fix issues that don't come up often, or especially if you're building if you've never built a Voron before, nothing is worse than trying to help somebody that has a new build and they're having issues and they've done a whole bunch of stuff that's not standard. It just makes it much harder to help and diagnose issues because it's like, oh, nothing's stock. I'm running all these mods. And it's like, well, that adds a whole other slew of variables. So please build stock first. If you think you are, if you've built machines before and you want a mod, I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to stop you. But I do recommend, if possible, go stock first. trying to remember. 3. What is 3? Hotend fan. So I'm assuming these are... Yeah, these got to be for the... Yeah, I had to extend them. These are... The blue wires, if I remember correctly, are for my Z switch. They have to be. I got 1, which is thermistor. 2, which is part fan. And 3, which is hotend fan. So yeah, so that's got to be... Yeah, that's got to be that. Okay. Fun fact of the word print comes from the old French word for pressed. Yeah, cool. Have I ever had problems with Big Tree text? I have not. I've been, I guess, pretty lucky, you could say, but I haven't had any issues. $10.40. My feet are getting tired. See, I don't like sitting while I'm streaming. It just, I find it awkward. I move around too much. I'd rather stand and work, especially like this kind of stuff. But, oh, it's been a long day. The Friday or the Saturday streams are really like the only streams when I finish I'm tired. Take care, Ben. Other side. Okay, so that's X, Y, Z, and probe. We got our thermistors. Where do those plug in at? Oh, up here. So they go to these. So that's thermistor bed. TH3D, not a big fan. Okay. He sells Ender upgrades, and he sells a board that, you know, directly competes against them. So, and yeah, I won't lie. Big Tree Tech, you know, reliability, not perfect. Not perfect. They make lemon boards. They had issues where they've released a board that had an issue that they shouldn't have released. They fixed it, and they, you know, replaced them and whatnot, but their value is very good if you're okay with accepting, you know, one board out of every couple dozen might be a lemon. Because you can buy 5, 6 SKRs for the cost of a duet. Is it in my price range? Does it make my printer go burr? Is it good enough? Yeah, okay, send it. Picture Tech boards blow up if you accidentally short the fan cooling wires. So if you break it, it breaks. Probably don't have like, I'm sure some better boards are hardened more for it, but if you short the board, it breaks. Well, it's a lot of electronics. If you short them, they break. But I don't know. Different viewpoints on things. Everyone has different viewpoints on things. So we got one thermistor. Where's the other thermistor? One. This is the other thermistor. So this is the hot end thermistor. Batch of boards and overnighted me a replacement at 25% coupon from their China store. Okay, there you go. Does the whole board break or does it MOSFET? My monoprice select mini, I accidentally, you know, I wasn't smart and tried fiddling with wires while the machine was powered, and I blew up the MOSFET for my fan on my monoprice select mini. So luckily, when you blow up a MOSFET, one of the ways it could fail is it's always on. So then my part fan was just always on. So if you print a PLA, that's not a big issue, but if you want to be able to turn it off for a bit, it's a bit of an issue. I actually ended up fixing it. One of the first things I soldered. Yeah, like if you wire up something incorrectly and it explodes, you broke it. It sucks, but it is. I accidentally put diesel in my car that needs gasoline. I broke it. Well, it's lunchtime. Lunchtime? Where are you at where it's lunchtime? It's 11 p.m. at night here almost. Australia? Mellow Flies making boards. Use a replaceable MOSFETs. Good idea. Yeah. But it's like the fuses. Like, all these boards now have fuses on them. I don't think I've ever fiddled with them, ever. Like, you know, these boards have replaceable fuses. I don't think I've ever replaced the fuse on one of these boards. Like, it's nice to be able to fix it easier. You know, preventing waste and whatnot. Don't get me wrong. But is it adding to the cost of the part a bit? Or is it just kind of a redundancy insurance thing? It would be nice to always be able to fix everything. Don't get me wrong. I'm not disagreeing with being able to fix your shit. Right to repair and all that. But yeah. I will say water out of this LCT water bottle is very thirst quenchy. Okay, fans. How does this have it set up? So fan, this is your print cooling fan and your hot end fan. So print cooling fan is 0, hot end fan is 1, controller fan is 2. Okay. So part fan is 2, so 2 is 1, and that goes there, which is CNC fan there. Okay, so it's 0. Okay. And it's a giant annoying thing. Okay, so positive is the top. Okay. So part fan is 2 and it goes there. Okay. Are all the hot end fans? No, well in this machine all the fans are 24 volt, but on the Octopus board there's jumpers here. So you can actually, if you're feeding 24 volt in, which you should be today day and age, but you should be able to, with these jumpers, set for either 5 volt, 12 volt, or 24 volt fan. So if you want to use a 5 volt fan, you can use it. You just set the jumper for 5 volts and it'll feed at 5 volts. But we are using 24 volt fans, so they're all set for 24 volt. Exhausted. Take care. I'm heading out soon too. We've got 2 fans to wire up and I think we're done. I'll make a 5 volts or a 5 pin, or I'll do the UART for the Pi later. And the cooling fan. Yeah, I'll make that too quick. Might as well finish it all up on this stream. We'll run late. I didn't want to, but we will. Although I gotta find where I put the part fan. I gotta go looking. Okay, so it is again. So that is that. This goes in here. Okay, so there's that fan. Recommendation for a crimper? I use an Engineer PA09 for crimping. There's different types of the Engineer. There's like the PA20, I think it's the 21's the other one people like. I use the 09. See you, John. Hoping to wrap it up soon. go. That is that. That is that. That is that. So I need to find the part fan. Let me check the other room quickly. I remember I put it in a box, but I don't know which box I put it in. Because I'm trying to organize the room a bit. Is it in this room? Nope. Nope. That's all the other stuff. Nope. It's a 60 millimeter fan. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Nope. 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 Yeah, I'll look for it later. I had it out and I don't know where I put it. I moved it around with all the Prusa stuff when I was building the Prusa, so. It'll show up. It'll show up at some point. Hopefully. Yeah, it'll show up. Ooh, test print right through the boot. Yeah, it'll show up. We'll find it. Okay, so if you want to see, there's the finished wiring job. I'll put the side panel back on here. And I do have the, I did print the parts. So I got to find them because I know I have them because I printed the parts for it, and it's probably in the bin with all the printed parts for these. So I got to find where I put that box. But all we got to do now, I think I'm going to swap the front panel because the front panel has the hole for the thing. So there we go. Yeah. We are golden there. Yeah, I got to put heat sets in there and everything. Yeah. So nice and tight, but it's there. Where did I put that box? Oh, actually, no, that's the Mark III stuff. I got to find where I put that box. Couldn't have gone too far, but whatever. Okay. So yeah, I'm probably going to end the stream there. I'm gonna eat a Haribo. I didn't know this ain't a Prusa. How did the pie case turn out? It's right here. Came out pretty good. Now the KPS3 is a pretty decent little printer so far. None of the box parts from the Ender, I know that. No, I moved some stuff around the other day. Oh, yeah, here it is. Got it right here. Yeah, so if you're wondering how part cooling works on here, or controller cooling, this just goes like right there, basically, and it goes and blasts air across the whole thing. Yeah, it's let's go. Let me. Get those parts out. Yeah. So that I'll do that off stream. Yeah, there's all the other parts. I don't know where I put them all. Okay. Electronics bay fan is the same as the standard V2 fan. Yep. Skirt and mount. Yeah, I know. I got to put heat sets and all this still. I know. I am aware. So yeah, so I'm gonna end the stream there, guys. I am exhausted. It's been a super long 2 days for me here. So hope you enjoyed the stream. We got what I wanted to get done. This is wired up, so that means next Saturday, we'll do all the Klipper stuff. We'll get Klipper installed on it. We'll do our firmware checks, our PID tunes, all that fun stuff. We'll get that all done. And then, I don't know if we'll get it printing, but usually how I do these build series is I do a final wrap-up stream. So even if we get it printing next week, there's at least 2 more streams to this series. So there's gonna be 1 stream of just getting it up and running, and then we'll do a end stream where we just print something on it right at the start of stream, and we just kind of, the whole stream's an open floor. That's usually how we do these build series. So we'll probably do the same thing with the Prusa. So speaking of the Prusa, Tuesday we'll continue with the Prusa build, and then Friday, I have some people for future interviews, well, not interviews, but guests on the Friday streams coming up. I don't know if I have anyone for this Friday though, so it'll just be a print and chill Friday. So yeah, so for those that helped, that donate to the stream or became members of the channel, I thank you. Your support allows me to create the content I create and do the things I do. I would not be able to do it without your continued support. So I do appreciate that. And if you do want to help support the channel, there's links in the description. Consider becoming a channel member or a Patreon English Patreon supporter. For everyone else, I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you were entertained. You learned something. I think we're not doing any more crimping next week on this thing, and that's all done. That's enough crimping. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe out there and wash your hands. Cheers.